What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode, two brothers about to geek out over some pop culture, movie world stuff, and give you some news and all that sort of stuff, and then talk a little bit about some real world issues as well, as always. But guys, check the description as always. If you don't want to hear about what we've been up to in life, or you don't want to hear about the real world issue stuff, you can skip straight to the news. You can skip straight to the retro movie reviews. You can skip to wherever. So check the description. The timestamp's always there. You have the flexibility to go to wherever you want and listen to whatever you want on us brothers talking about the stuff. But on that note, man, it's been a good week. It's been a good week. There's some good geek out stuff we're gonna be talking about. I can't wait to get into it. Shit, I can't wait. But Kibbs, how you doing, bro? How's everything on your side?
Yeah, good, man. Positive. As well as other stuff going on, like, woke up with a bit of appreciation, gratitude this morning. And things are never going to be easy, but those little things we take for granted, I've got to be happy about. It's Nia's birthday today, so she's 1 year old. I don't know how we got through. I don't know how she got through. But mashallah, she's one today. But loads of good things happen in the process as well, bro. Like which we'll cover base on the show today. Guys, I've got a giveaway on our X page, formerly known as Twitter. Go check it out. I've got some Jackman giveaways. Then I've got another giveaway to give to you guys as well. So the wonderful people at Paramount have given me 2 copies of Once Upon a Time in the West to give out to one of you lucky fans, 2 of you lucky fans. If you're a big fan of spaghetti western, Sergio Leone, who's the director, Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson. I mean, this movie is like,
Can you give one to Dad, or you have to give this away?
No, it's a giveoame, man. Sorry, please.
Tell Dad to get on X and tweet or whatever he's got to subscribe and shit.
This one's gonna be for the people that join in. But I'm gonna put it across all platforms just to let you guys know. So please make sure you check that out. But yeah, other than that, all is good, bro. We're doing the best we can at the moment. There is quite a lot going on at the moment, but it's a lot of positivity. But this has been the main attraction for the past couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, we got lots to talk about with that,
bro. I'm excited, super excited. It's just crazy how good it's got. But anyway, let's continue, bro.
Yeah, guys, if you want to hear our thoughts about that, check the description. It'll be in there. But we're going to talk about us first, man. I've been good. Mrs. has been out for since last week. I got back into full-time training, which basically means going back to the MMA gym or whatnot. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been there. Body is busted, but I feel great. I've added a new couple things into my diet and my supplement and whatnot, mostly for cognitive function. So I bought Alpha Brain, so that was finally I'm able to get that here. That's one of Rogan's companies on it, and it's got like nootropics and all that stuff in it to help with cognitive function. So I started getting on that, taking one of those. I got on creatine. I've been thinking about creatine for a while because everyone, every time creatine comes up, it's always about, yes, the performance benefits, allowing extra water to go into the muscles for you to push more and stuff, which is great. But I never wanted that anyway. I didn't really need that anyway. I was cool with my performance, how it was. But there was research and stuff that I started hearing, and Rogan spoke about it, and I looked into it, and Dr. Huberman was talking about it, was that how creatine also helps with the cognitive function. So I'm thinking about my brain again. Now, I have a shit memory in general, so I was like, oh man, if I'm going to get on it, I'm taking lion's mane and mushrooms for my brain and whatnot. Let me get on creatine as well, if that helps with cognitive function and the brain and gives all the nootropics and all that stuff. So I got on that too. And obviously the other side of creatine as well will help my performance. Now, I can't say that I felt already. I mean, wrestling and MMA and jiu-jitsu is always going to be hard. But yeah, man, I'm happy, man. Today, I'm not training today. I took a rest day, clean diet today. So it's hard. Today's mission is to get through the day without eating shit. Considering I'm not training and today I'm taking a rest day, but I got to eat clean. But yeah, no, it's all been good, It's all been good. Now that I'm alone out here, just trying to, like, I don't know, do stuff like by myself, like go cinema and stuff. It's different, man. Like when I was young and single and lived in Singapore and Hong Kong, there's a different mentality. I'm not the most outgoing guy, but when I was alone, I do what I want. I go wherever I want. I try and meet people and stuff like that. Now that I'm married, like the mentality is different. Like one, I want to just sit at home, get my own time or whatnot. Two, I miss my wife, of course. I do miss that companionship because I go with her everywhere. We go cinema, we go restaurants and stuff. It's kind of lonely eating dinner alone in a restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
But three, I mean, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like I could go watch the movies that I want to watch in cinema. She doesn't always want to go cinema to watch movies. I could go to burger joints, which I love, and she's not, big on the burger and the beef joints and whatnot. So, I'm gonna do a couple of these things, but it is quiet in this place, I tell you that. But just getting through the day, man. Just getting through the week. It's bloody hot out here now, man. This week it's gonna start hitting the 40s. So aircon's
Goddamn.
on all day. Back is sweating considering the aircon's on. It's hot. But yeah, summer's starting here, man. So it's very uncomfortable hot weather out here, man. This is where most people leave Dubai around maybe at the end of this month, end of June, really, and then come back that September. But we'll be back in the UK in June, so I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to come home. And yeah, man, other than that, I'm all good, bro. All good. Live and kicking.
It's good, man. It's good. Yeah, weather's kind of got nice. We had a couple of shit days, but yeah, it got better, man. So yeah, man. You know what? The sleep just hit me, man. I'm shattered suddenly. But we move on. I got to pick up the girls later on.
Yeah.
And you got what? She away for 2 more weeks, right?
She's away till the end of the month, so really 3 more weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay, and then you guys
So
head down here, right?
then 2 weeks later, we head bound to the UK. So I'm looking forward to
Nice.
that. Can't wait to see
Cool.
Nia. Can't wait to see Isla. I missed them so much. I'm making a pact that I'm coming back every 3 to 4 months. Like that was the whole plan with Dubai. Make sure
Yeah.
we're closer. Compared to Singapore. So I want to come back as often as possible. And in the last year, we haven't done that. And
Yeah.
now it's going to be a 6 month break until January to June till I see you guys and whatnot. And I'm like, no, this is not meant to be.
Not like that, yeah.
Yeah, not like
like
that,
this,
man.
not like
Not like
this.
this. Not like this. Not like this.
This
So,
not
so
like
I,
this.
I was like, nah, man. I've got to make more of an effort. We found cheaper flights. I'm not flying BA no more after the last couple of experience. I've been flying with them for like 8 years, ever since I left the country, and it's just the way some of their shit. Just the way that some of their service has been. It's been basic. So we're gonna try Royal Brunei Air, which is £200
Okay.
cheaper. But let's just see how the service is, and then if they're good, we'll just fly with them, man. And I just want to listen, man. With Nia, with Alawa and Idris, I miss them growing up. You know what I mean? But I don't want to do the same with Isla and Nia, and I feel like that's happening. So I'm like, nah, man. Like every 3 months, I've got to make an effort to try and come back. At least, even if it's just for a week, that's enough, just to be there. But yeah, man, that's it. That is it. That's all that's been going on, really.
Listen, man, they miss you too, Uncle Man. So but I know what it's like, man. It's not easy because you want to be close to people. Plus, we've been thinking about things, bro, man. Like I'm looking for work and just trying to figure out where we go next. Like applying for jobs over there, like what will happen, how it will be like. I'm completely getting out of here because UK is a shit right now. You know what I mean?
I tell this to people all the time, like, because they're like, how long would you live in Dubai for? I'm like, Dubai is a much better place to live in for living standards compared to UK. Like, much better. Even though I'll talk shit about Dubai and certain things annoy me about Dubai, I've still got a fucking hole in my ceiling. And typical Dubai fashion, nobody's doing shit about it. Landlord ain't doing shit. Developers ain't doing, because their service is so shit. But yes, there's these things. But Alhamdulillah, like I got a roof over my head anyway, but Dubai is a much better place to live in than the UK, just living standards and whatnot. If you lot came here, that'd be amazing. Obviously, we'll be here, so we'll be able to support your first couple months and whatnot. It will be easier because we're here, so you can take your time and stuff. I would love that to bits. Both of us would love that to bits, man. I mean, Alhamdulillah, it's nice that my wife loves, our family, like being with us. Sometimes maybe some wives might not, or husbands might not like their in-law families. I love the fact that my wife loves chilling with our
No,
family
that's
and our
amazing.
kids. So it's the best. So she would love it for you guys to be here. So yeah, man, the only thing you could do is at least is apply,
No, exactly. Oh man,
yeah.
her food just exploded in the microwave. God damn it.
Lows.
God damn it. Oh man, nasty ass.
Baby food.
Uh,
Tastes like baby food. No, what was that? What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of RoboCop when he used to eat RoboCop's food. It was like,
Robocop,
tastes like
yeah,
baby food.
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to clean that out now. God. All right, have that snack. I'll be back. Go on, yum yum, and let your food cool down, and I'll warm it up. But
All
yeah, let's
right.
see what happens, bro. Let's see what the future holds. You know, there's much to be done. Much to be done. I've got a roofer coming around later on. We got fucking squirrels up in the loft making bare noise, bro.
Oh, damn.
Fucking of all things, bro. My gutter's got grass in it. Like, how is my gutter growing grass? Anyway, the way the world works, right? But we just have to take it day by day and kind of move forward and try and have the little wins. I was reminded the other day of the little wins. You know, we don't celebrate little wins as much. And you said that a couple of years ago, a year ago, I think. And I was like, we got some major wins. To me, it'd be a major win. To other people, it could be a little win. But you know, I think people forget that just to getting through the day is a fucking win. Like, trust me, yes. Yesterday was probably one of the hardest days I had. I knew I was going to have 2 days off, and I'll have a 4-day weekend. Trying to finish up work and people not doing the right things, and just that level of why am I stressing so much if other people don't care? If other people don't care, if I get what I need to get done, that's a win for me. You know what I mean? And that's why the way I should see it. I'm stressing about somebody else's job, somebody else's work, somebody else's responsibility. The thing is, now I've come to a point now where I was like, I'm just going to do all of it because I trust myself to get the job done. But I don't know what other people's visions are and how they are, and the hierarchy system, bro. It's people with power and greed that the name title means so much to them. Where you get a person like us, people like us, where that don't mean shit. When I die, when I go and God tells me what did you do while you was here? Yeah, I was a manager. Fuck you, mouth. Fuck. Sorry.
Shit. Oh, whoa, damn. Well, we lost Kibbs. We lost Kibbs. Some technical error and whatnot. He must have got excited and pressed the off button. But what Kibble saying, I mean, I 100% agree. I'm not into the hierarchy stuff. I always tell my team, yes, okay, in regards to if you look at my title and all that sort of stuff, it doesn't mean shit to me. I always tell my team, we're one team, we're one level. I don't give a shit. My job as a manager is to make sure you lot don't go through shit. You know what I mean? All the bullshit, all the politics or whatnot. My job is to avoid you guys going through that. And my job is to be accountable for you lot. So don't worry about that manager shit. Don't worry about I don't give a fuck about that. My job is to make sure you guys are cool. You have everything you need to do. I'm grateful because I got a great team. I've had a few people in my team who were basic and finally we got rid of them and whatnot. But I've got a great team who just handles their shit. So I'm like, guys, I would never even, like, I could go a day without, or a couple of days without even speaking to members of my team because I know you're handling your shit and I don't need to micromanage you. I don't need to be like, hey, like, what they know they're doing their shit. I trust them doing their shit and it's awesome. And they don't, I trust them enough where they don't have to. I was having this conversation with a colleague the other day and I was like, you see all these meetings, you see all these meetings that we have, like there's a reason why I choose not to be on a lot of them. One, I don't have the bandwidth, and two, I trust my team enough to be like, I know you can handle that meeting. I don't need to be on it. A lot of people have this, managers especially have this insecurity of like, oh, I need to be involved. I need to be involved. This is a high level client, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to be involved. My team will update me and I trust my team enough to handle that meeting and that client or whatnot, where I could just sit back and do my thing and focus on my thing. And my team will update me. And when I need to get involved, and I do when it comes to like, certain presentations, shit, all right, I'll get involved. I'll get updated by my team. But there's a lot of people who are like, oh, no, I'm the manager. I need to be involved. Like, oh, can we schedule it this time? Because like, man, that's your insecurities more than anything, man. And I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna let my team handle shit. So yeah, that hierarchy shit don't mean nothing to me, but it does in this world, unfortunately. And this, I've seen it and I've experienced it as well. Certain regions, living in Hong Kong and Asia, that manager, the title means a lot to those people. Certain other regions, especially in my business and whatnot, they want to speak to someone who's got a high title and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, whatever, man. I don't give a shit. If you don't, a lot of it can get annoying, and racism as well. Like, oh, I'd rather speak to a Caucasian person. That's how it is. That's how fucked up it is. You think in Asia, I'm gonna be real with it. You think in Asia they want I'm speaking specific some regions, especially the ones I lived in and whatnot. They want to speak to a brown dude or a black manager. No, they blatantly want to speak to a Caucasian manager and whatnot. And so like that's what I'm saying. This racial corporate structure and infrastructure we're in. It's been influenced from the West and whatnot, but the in Asia and other regions as well, they manifest that, not manifest it, they incorporate that shit too. Like it's always tough, I've seen even in India, the guy who handles the Indian market is Indian, but they want to speak to someone senior, and two, someone Caucasian. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's how they want to operate the business. Oh, we want to speak to this person. It's like you guys are pathetic, man. And this is what I love about like our religion, for example. There is no hierarchy. I'm trying to say there is no such thing as hierarchy in regards to race or color or any of that sort of stuff, or profession or money. Nah, man. When you pray, you stand side by side by, a world champion. I just did it the other day. I was praying, and I was side by side by, the gym owner who's, he's Instagram popular and all that sort of stuff. Hamzat Chimaev was there, who's probably a UFC champion. We're putting side by side. Like it's nothing. Anyway, I go into the business structure and whatnot, because I'm here in Dubai, and I'm not saying I'm going through the same thing, but I feel a little something, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do my thing. If you need me, I'm here. And if you don't want to speak to me, then I'm gonna do my thing. Like, forget about it. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's my little rant.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. Yeah, I don't. My computer, my phone died. I didn't charge it. Yeah, sorry guys. Little technical difficulties there. But yeah, before it cut off, and I was talking about hierarchy charts and people not, people care too much about something that's I'm not taking to the next world. You know what I mean? And people ask me, why do I, like somebody was saying, like I said yesterday, I had one of the toughest days, bro, trying to sort that out, go to the screening, look after the kids at the same time. It is absolute. I don't think I've been this busy in my entire life before, where I'm actually wanting to not get up in the morning and say, bro, shit, I'm dead. Like I'm tired. I'm running off like 2-3 hours a night now, because if it's not Nia, it's Lara. I'm worrying about other things. But this morning when I did get up, because of Nia and her birthday and a bit of gratitude and a bit of blessings that I'm still here, Allah has given me another day of breath to keep pushing forward. And I think that's where people need to see what this religion means to us. It's about the afterlife. Like, things are going to happen here. It's going to be a balance of good and bad. But we're here. I'm privileged, man. I keep saying that. I keep reminding people. There's a reason why I wear that Palestinian flag, man. I am privileged. And people over there suffering at the moment. People have lost so much. And I cry about the minor little thing. My 600-pound shitty Dyson Hoover that died suddenly. And trying to deal with it is just long. My Nescafe machine, shit load of money wasted. Shit don't work. People don't know how to deal with it. And it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, listen, but we are privileged, and our issues are our issues, but you have to humble yourself. This is what I'm trying to say, man. And
yeah, exactly. Humble.
Yeah, this is why I think it's important. That's why it's important to know about and have a care about what's happening in the world. And we're going to get into real world issues, because it not like selfishly, like it humbles you, like it puts you into perspective to tell yourself, shut the fuck up, you little bitch, and wake up and do your day. Wake up and go gym and train and eat healthy and do your work and go through your struggles and deal with your shit. Like, shut the fuck up and do it, because some people don't have the privilege of food or going gym, because these are privileged things. And then working or something. Like those people in Palestine are still going through it, and it's heartbreaking, and it's heartbreaking that these fuckers have gone through Rafa now, which the whole world is saying, don't do this, it's going to cause more damage. And clearly they're getting
They're doing
away
it
with
anyway. They're clearly
they're
doing
doing it in a way, they're getting away with it. They feel like they can get away with it. I mean, the US has said that they've halted on arms now just because they went into Rafa. Like how, I mean, that's a good sign. That's one good sign, right? But even though they funded everything else and whatnot. But the world, like the US mostly, man, they got to tell them that enough because fuck, man, I've seen kids and
bro.
children, like I'd never post that stuff on my Insta because that hurts me a lot. But I see them. I post a lot of other stuff on my Insta, but with kids dying or whatnot, I can't pull it on my Insta. It hurts too much, man. But those murderous bastards, man. I seriously, they are murderers. Anyone who I seriously don't get people who try to justify their action. I really don't. Like they're murderous bastards. If it was all Hamas, I wouldn't give a fuck. Nobody will give a fuck and be like, do what you're doing. But the fact that it's constantly women and children, I mean, listen, Piers Morgan, who's also a cant, sorry for the language, but you gotta give him some credit. Last week he was on an interview with Connor West and the Turkish, I can't remember his thing, but I think his YouTube page is the Turkish something. Anyway, they grilled him. They destroyed Piers and like, you're racist and this and that. Anyway, Piers, he got destroyed. But what happened was this week he had an interview. He done an interview with Abby Martin. And then this Yaqub lookalike that would be cussing Yaqub about, who's his former Hamas son or whatnot. Anyway, Piers had an interview with this Israeli higher ranking specialist or whatever. And Piers kind of went into him. I was like, good, I'm glad you're fucking asking the question. Because the guy was confidently saying, oh, we've killed this many Hamas members. And then Piers was like, well, how many innocent people have you killed? And the guy couldn't give him an answer. And Piers was like digging into him. The Piers was like, well, how could you be so confident about how many Hamas members you killed, but you don't have no confident numbers about the people, the innocent people and whatnot? So I was like, all right, go on, Piers. Like, I think that rant and then you getting destroyed, you kind of stick it up a little bit. But he's still a bit of a biased dude. But you know, Abby Martin destroyed this. I'm gonna say it straight. This guy's like a terrorist traitor. He's a terrorist for the Israeli government, and he's a traitor to his own people. And the way he justifies the Israeli IDF soldiers.
Like, I haven't seen the full interview, bro.
But he's been going around. He's an Arab. He doesn't call himself Palestinian. He calls himself Arab. He keeps going out there with this statement about Palestinians made up. It's a colonizing. Palestine is a colonizing word or country that was given to them by colonizers and all this. I don't know, some bullshit. He's the son of Hamas, like one of the Hamas founders or something. And he's a traitor to his own people. I don't give a shit. And Abby Martin puts it out. Abby Martin, she's smashing. Look, she's been a journalist there for ages. She's been an activist for the Palestinian people for ages. She destroys him. Like this guy goes out of control and starts saying, like, attacks Abby, started saying that she's not even fit to be a mother and all this stuff. She just says, like, you're a spy. You're an Israeli spy. Like, fucking, like, you're like, you know what I mean? You're a spy. What are they paying you? Like, she didn't say this, but it's like, she's just indicating, you know, you're a disgrace, you're a traitor to your own people. Like, you really think that they're going to look after you after all this shit? Like, who's going to trust you? Anyway, I really, it's like, you got to watch that interview. She does destroy him, but it's just the justification because children and women are just being blown up. They're destroying Rafah, which has only, like, has about 1.5 million people in there. Previously, it had 200,000 people, but they made everyone go to Rafah saying it's a safe zone. Now they're blowing it up and whatnot. The US needs to jump in and say enough is enough, man. Now they stopped arms, which is one step, but nah, man, they need
So when did they stop arms? Bro, it's been so...
Well, they just started attacking Rafah, and I think they took the border of the Egyptian border and whatnot, and I think that's causing a bit of conflict with Egypt. And then the US said they stopped some arms. They stopped a shipment that was supposed to go. So that's one shipment, but they need to do enough more, man. I mean, look, the South American world, the South African world have been sticking up for Palestine, putting these court cases on them. Ireland's always been on the side of Palestine. The whole world is with Palestine. Israel, bro, after this, regardless, you think, like, I know Israel's goal is that everyone will forget. boy, like some of these countries, man, Turkey has stopped trade arms with them. It's about time. Should have done it a long time. Loads of flights. The people are losing diplomatic ties with Israel. Like, you really think like after this, like people are gonna forget? Like, the people are not gonna forget, man. And I hope these world leaders, they don't forget and they don't put diplomatic ties against with Israel and whatnot, and put that country through. They don't deserve what they want, what they're doing, man. Whatever they're doing, they don't deserve it, man. They're stealing it. They're not peaceful people. I don't give a fuck, man. Hamas recently accepted a truce offer that was put together in Qatar with some mediators. I think the US was a part of the mediators, and Egypt and Qatar. Hamas accepted that ceasefire. Israel chose not to.
Just continue for a second. I can't hear it. Like something's happening on my side. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, your audio's not good either, and whatnot. But yeah, that Hamas accepted the ceasefire. Israel didn't. You know, and they went into Rafah that same day. I mean, there was all these celebrations that Hamas accepted a ceasefire in Palestine, and those innocent people in Israel who are demonstrating this. I don't know if people know this, but there's a massive protest happening in Israel, right, against the government and telling the government, bring back our hostages, accept the ceasefire. But the government doesn't want to do that because that Yahoo wants to carry on this war so it can stay in power. So even the innocent Israelis in Israel are protesting against their own government. They've been doing that before October 7th anyway, but they're going deeper into it now, saying, accept the ceasefire. Those bastards haven't. So it goes to show, man, their own people are against Israel and what they're doing and whatnot. So it's disgusting.
Yeah,
and then
it's horrible, bro, because they didn't want to get into this madness, bro. Have you seen some of their statements?
Who the Israelis, the innocent Israelis?
Yeah, the innocent Jews and Israelis. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want this, bro. They didn't want this. There are people there saying like, we don't want this because now it puts their so-called country that they want on the map. Ain't nobody going there, bro.
And
they
they
were
can't
trying
go
to promote
anywhere.
it with, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And nobody, like, they're getting boycotted everywhere. Like Maldives, for example, said no Israelis allowed to come in the country. We don't want your blood money. Like, and other countries are doing that as well. Like, these Zionists, and they keep using anti-Semitic, and they've destroyed that. And we all know that clearly they're not real Jews. Clearly, we know this. They are the most anti-Semitic people on the planet because they're destroying the Jewish faith and the Jewish religion and the innocent Jewish brothers and sisters. They are jeopardizing the Jewish brothers and sisters. This Zionist movement is the most anti-Semitic movement on the planet. Facts.
No, 100%, 100%.
I don't give a fuck what anyone say. Those Zionists are not Jews. They need to disassociate themselves with that. But they've connected that. And like Jewish brothers and sisters are constantly like, do not connect us to the Zionists. We are not Zionists. We've got nothing to do with them. And they keep connecting them. But yeah, the real Jews don't want it. But like I said, even people in Israel do not want this shit. They want their hostages back. They want to accept the ceasefire. And it fucks them up. Where are they going to go? What, just America and some Western countries? They can't travel around other countries freely anymore. Not that they'll be attacked, but nobody wants to keep diplomatic ties with them no more. So they've really fucked up their reputation anyway, man.
Yeah, horrible, bro. That is like, but they didn't think that was going to be the outcome, you know? They did not think that was going to be the outcome.
No,
listen,
because
man.
they thought that, oh, we've been, you know, they keep using the Holocaust as an example, like these and all that sort of stuff. They're trying to use all that emotional blackmail, and they thought that, oh, we're gonna get the whole world's support. They lost the whole world's support immediately with the shit that they did, and the shit that they're doing now. They lost it all completely. The whole world don't give a fuck about them. They care about the innocent people on both sides and whatnot, but the world don't give a fuck about the government of Israel. They've lost everything, and I hope the ICC does put an arrest warrant on those government leaders in Israel. I know the US is trying to block it, which is a shame, and that puts the US in, it makes the US look as bad, which, you know, clearly they're supporting this and whatnot. But, you know, again, shout outs to all the people who are protesting in the universities. I know a lot of people trying to make fucking jokes about it or say that you know what, the anti-war movement in the US from Vietnam, they done the same thing. The civil rights movement done the same thing. So don't try to say this is new. This has always been done, you know. And even the government, the anti-war movement, even the government tried to infiltrate that with Charles Manson and whatnot. Like it's in that book I read. And I know my memory, I can't bring it all back, but they infiltrated Charles Manson and then put him on fucking drugs and LSD and, you know, all that hippie movement and whatnot. That was all to infiltrate the anti-war movement. Like it's there. The government's done that, so they're doing it now, and the media corporations are doing it now with these protests, trying to say, oh, these guys are terrorists. I mean, it's crazy. They're calling their own country people terrorists and all this sort of stuff. It's clearly they've done this in the past. They've tried to infiltrate the anti-war movement, and just logic. People who call for peace and I don't want innocent people to die are called anti-Semitic, are called terrorists. But the people that actually want people to die and are bombing people, innocent women and children, they're supposed to be the good guys. They're the ones who are like, oh no, we support peace. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's not like, how dumb do you think people are, man? It's just dumb. It's just so fucking dumb. The people think that we're stupid, but shout out to them, man. This is not new, man. It's been doing it over and over. I just finished off Martin Luther King's book, and I was talking about that last time. Same thing, and he has a great quote in there that he says, you know, and it's just facts, that the oppressor will never give freedom. The oppressors will always have to fight for freedom. That's just a fact of.
Exactly. That's the fact of humanity. Guys, if you get the chance and you want to learn a bit more, check out this book by Rashid Khalidi, The 100 Years on War on Palestine. I've just started it. I heard it on a recent podcast as well. It was a good read for me to brush up on my history as well. But listen, man, we'll always be on the fighting side, right? We are them. We are the ones that represent them. We are the people. You know what I mean? My prayers and du'as go out to the people, man. What's happening in Rafah at the moment is horrible. The problem is now, it's too late. I said that months ago when we were like 2 months into it, 3 months into it. The fact that we're coming up to like 7 months straight of this madness is heartbreaking, bro. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And the thing is, they'll just get away with it. Bassem Youssef says it as well. They'll just get away with it. But the people know. And then you've got artists like Macklemore, bro. Hymns Hall, that track was playing all day yesterday. It's not released yet. But when he does release it on streaming, all the money will go to Anwar, which is the charity fund. Bro, you know, I will buy that track for the money to go to charity. So guys, check the links in our bios.
Well, respect
bro, the track, bro.
Like Immortal Techniques is always spoken about, Dead Prez. Like, I mean, these are rappers that I know. There's a lot more artists out there, but these are guys who have been talking about this stuff for ages and always speak up for the people. But off the top of my head, like Immortal Techniques, Dead Prez, and what's his name, Matt Malone as well. Like, he's been big on it as well. There's been so many other people speaking out. I know Mark Ruffalo's always speaking out, but there's different levels of statements, man. These guys are making statements, and you know, for the ones who are not, listen, I can't. I don't want to judge people living their own lives. Let them live it, man. If you feel like, I don't know what to say. Like, I can't judge people. If people don't want to say nothing, then that's on them. That's so be it.
No, exactly, bro. The links in our bios. Guys.
I will judge. I would rather judge the most useless Palestinian on the planet, Khalif. What the fuck's his name? Khalif. What's his name? DJ Khalif.
DJ Khaled.
Khalid, that fat fuck, useless fuck.
Oh,
fuck.
No, come on, man. Don't say that, man. Come on. I'll start Thriller, bro.
For real. Fuck him, though. Fuck him, man.
No.
I shouldn't really cuss anyone, but if there's anyone I am going to cuss, fuck him. But no, for real. Let people...
No, because that's what you use your platform for, right? You know, you got this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, which has been interesting, you know, but it's not real world, man. It's like, it's weird how some things disconnect us suddenly because of what's happening currently. And bro, I'm not even gonna lie, I just feel like all the content we got recently, X-Men, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, just connected what real world issues are and us as human beings, what we are capable of doing depending on what side you're on, because there's always going to be sides, bro. There's always going to be sides. Somebody tried to tell me the other day that the Palestinians deserve what they're getting because they're taught from a young age. There's no proof of that anywhere.
Propaganda
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
And we
Bro,
clearly
and
seen.
I'm not, and I, as much as I wanted to fight for it, I ignored it because I was like, the fact is, you accepting kids dying. There's some like I don't know what people are going through, but there's something. I don't even say this.
But
Something
people
effed up
say,
with you.
yeah, people say that, oh, they're taught from a young age and whatnot. Well, you know what? There's loads of videos from Israel where kids have been taught from a young age to hate Arabs. So you can throw that out there, but you know what? The fact is, it's done in Israel anyway as well. So stop that bullshit, right? And everything that Israel claims that the Palestinian does, and there's this and that, is happening in Israel. They do it. Like, so let's stop that bullshit. All that argument, I think that's all bullshit. Like, it's stupid.
So people, I know now with the conversations I've had, because I've never taken it further. I've never cussed them or told them they're messed up or anything like that. And if they do listen to the podcast and you heard that, then I'm obviously I'm sorry, but I just can't agree with it. But there's something wrong when you want children to die. Like when you see stuff with children buried alive, like that. That made me cry. Then there was another one that somebody else put up. One of the current montage. He put one of a baby, and I couldn't even look at it for a second because I instant tears, bro.
Yeah,
so like, as a human being, for you to be at that level of a human being dying, bro, a human being dying, and it doesn't affect you in any type of way, but we've probably seen the most horrendous stuff in thousands of years. If they showed us footage of what they did in Afghanistan, in Iraq, we'd all be in the same place right now. And I think that was their mistake. Like, oh no, even though we tried, we did this, there's millions died, bro. Millions died. But now, man, we're watching it in 4K, bro. So
that's what
you
it
tell
is.
me whose side you
Yeah.
want to be on.
That's what it is. I mean, end of the day, they'll always like. I've heard all the time again these people who are against Islam and all this. Oh, you know, these only Islamic people say Allahu Akbar and do something bad, and only them are terrorists. Propaganda, you idiots. The only reason why we're labeled as terrorists is because your government and the media pull it out there. Do you know how many terrorists who are not brown, who are not Muslim? No, you never want to label that. And people don't want to put that in their head because their government and their media doesn't pull it out there. But the fact of the matter is, we're the only ones that get our religion and our color, and we're called terrorists when someone who happens to be a Muslim or whatever does something bad. Because there are people out there, and there are some people out there who happen to be Muslim who might say wrong words and do bad things and say death to America and shit. That's all wrong. Don't associate those fucks with me. Of course not. But what the media does and what these Islamophobic people do and whatnot, they associate that with the fish. Like, well, listen, those Zionist fucks are doing the same thing with Arabs and all that stuff, and they've been taught as children. Do you want me to associate that with all the Jews? No, because I know all the Jews, not all the Jews, 99.9% of them don't want to be associated with that shit. But it's the media, it's the propaganda, and then these stupid fucks who always want to associate us with all of that. That's what they do. But this is part of the game. This is part of the tactics. Like, they do that. They do that because it's a part of the war. It's a part of the war game, the war tactics. So the more you do that, the more they push in the propaganda. That's how people feel. Like, people across the world think, oh, terrorists, okay, Muslim. That's propaganda. That's the bullshit that they've done. So, you know, the regular people are never going to fall for that. You got a bunch of idiots that will do, and those are people, if they can live happily with their lives because they're disgusting people. But human people are human to humans, man. Like that again, we're us regular people are always going to be the ones that's going to stick up for humanity, and that's what's important. I get so passionate about this shit, man. It's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to that this shit is happening. It's just heartbreaking to see there is no it's just heartbreaking, you know, because we're from a society where we think we're the good guys, and we're clearly not. We're clearly not. We're the bad guys. When I say we're, I'm talking about the societies we grew up in, and that's the heartbreaking thing. But anyway, guys,
that'll always be like that. That will always that's they think you know. I was asking that question the other day, thinking things have changed. We got all different time. It's not, bro. We got another couple. I think we got another generation to go through. My kids will have to go through this, but I have to help guide them to be humble in themselves and understand what they believe in, and that there are a lot of people that are not going to be like that, because they are 100% stuck in this world, in the way things are. You know what I mean? And they haven't got time to go through it. Anyway, let's keep going, bro.
Keep going. All
We
right,
can
guys.
only push forward.
Yeah, guys. As always, like I say, free Palestine. We'll constantly keep talking about it. Donate, and just don't forget about the people, man. People first. Power to the people always. All right, guys. Well, let's look. Let's move on. Let's get into some of the geeky news and whatnot. Let's talk about the best thing ever that's on TV right now, and that's X-Men 97. First of all, before we get into the episode, I do want to shout out Kibbs. I saw the interview that you had with the showrunners.
Yes.
Shout out their names. What's their names again?
So Eric and Julia Leewald, massive thank you for being a part of the Brothers Geek Out podcast. I'm not going to lie, probably one of the best episodes I've ever had. It was humbling, man. Humbling experience. It was a great show. I lost myself in the moment a couple of times just because of excitement. And it's heartwarming, They what they shared on there was just pure gold, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's pure treasure there, man. 11-year-old Kibbs is super happy. I mean, who would have thought, bro? Us watching the X-Men cartoon to having a conversation with the show writers, the showrunners and the writers, and people that created stuff for a TV show, and the hardships that they went through. And being special consultants on the new one as well, which is absolutely amazing. It's just beautiful to see, honestly, beautiful to see. And guys, check out the episode. The episode's out right now. It is on all streaming platforms, and I've done something new as well. So this is the first interview. I think the third interview. I've popped the video up on Spotify, so you can watch the video. If you've got Spotify, you can watch the video on there. But it's on YouTube. You can listen to it. I'll put all the links below. Great episode, bro. Absolutely great. Eric and Julia, awesome.
I literally just finished listening to the whole episode, and I genuinely enjoyed it. And I'm not just saying that because it was the Brothers Geek Out podcast and whatnot. But I love the fact that they're so passionate about it that 30 years later, they remember all the stories and the processes and the people and everything they had to go through to go. I mean, to have that memory means that you really enjoyed this project. You really were passionate about this project. I love that they told us stories about, how Morph was created as a character and how they had to bring him back because he was such a loved character. And then I love the fact that how, with Beast, to bring his elegance into the team based on Beast being a very smart, intellectual and whatnot. And like they had to go back and read books because you couldn't really Google like intellectual quotes and stuff from hundreds of years ago. So you had to go back and read books and get out relevant quotes that he would comment on in certain situations. I loved all of that, man. It was such a great episode. And they broke some breaking news, I think. So X-Men 97 has been for season 3, not just season 2, which we know about, but it's season 3. And they broke that news on the podcast, which was, I'm like, fucking awesome. I love it. That's how some breaking news on that.
I need to make that a clip. Sorry, I'm going to put that clip out. That is just, yeah. Absolutely.
We'll bust that in the news again just to kind of pull it in our news clip as well. But yeah, guys, check out the episode. Brilliant episode. Please do check out the episode. And I love their passion. The brother got a little shout out as well, which was nice. But let's get into X-Men episode was episode 9. Oh my God. Oh my God, this show just gets better and better. It's the best thing on TV right now. I don't give a fuck. Maybe as a geek, it's the best thing on TV right now. I don't give a fuck. It's so fucking good. Guys, I I record myself like I'm watching a UFC event. That's how good. Like when I watch a UFC, the emotions that go through me is like, oh my God, these two guys are fighting, highest level. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be an oh shit moment. Like that's what the UFC is, right? When these high level fighters,
Yeah.
that's how I'm watching the X-Men. I have to record myself because I know there's going to be some oh shit moments in these 30-minute episodes. My God, we got some oh shit moments in this. I mean, I love the way they've taken this story. I love how Magneto and Charles, like how things have turned. You know, how someone like Magneto, there's an element of good in him that Charles sees.
Yeah.
And there was that element being expressed, but it was all taken away just because of the shit that he has to constantly go through, and he loses faith in the humanity and whatnot because of some, bad guys and whatnot. And just their
Racist, bro. Some racist.
the racism, that's literally what it is, and the friction that they go through. But the oh shit moments, I have to talk about them. First of all was Morph turning into Hulk, which was sick. Come on, that was so sick. Just to see one of the Avengers in there. I mean, it fucking, I'm telling you, there's going to be an Avengers crossover, right? They can't just bring Cap and Hulk in it and not tease us with a big Avengers crossover moment, which I think is going to happen. That was so much. But the ultimate oh shit moment of this season, apart from Gambit, was Wolverine, first of all, stabbing Magneto, and secondly, Magneto pulling the adamantium out of Wolverine. Fuck! What the hell, bro? I was shocked at Wolverine stabbing Magneto. And I listen, man, I don't think Wolverine had the intentions of killing Magneto because he knows. So he just stabbed him where I think he's smart enough to know that it won't kill him. But for Magneto to pull the adamantium out of Wolverine and they stopped it there, my God. What is that? What's that comic? Is that that's
so it's X-Men. X-Men Fatal Attraction is called.
Fatal Attraction.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God, bro. I couldn't even sleep yesterday. I was thinking about that shit. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? How are they doing this to me? It's an animation. I love it. It's the best thing on TV right now.
It's peak TV, right? Like I didn't think it would be, it was nice to know it was coming back and they're gonna do the animation, bro. This is how you use source material, bro. This is how you use source material. So adaptation into an animation, give me rememberable stories, but actually using the source material, bro. Don't tell me you didn't get moist when you see them on their old costumes, bro.
Oh my God, that's another thing. Oh my God, they went.
Bloody hell, bro. I was like so excited, bro. So excited. It's unbelievable, bro. Like I'm kicking and screaming like I'm a kid watching this again. It's just like insanely good.
Their old costumes, everyone, well, Wolverine's old costume, Cable, putting him in costume, Cyclops. Oh my God, that was
black leather.
great.
Did you see the black leather thing? What do you think? I'm joining a circus, and he goes, "What? You want to wear black leather?" Which is taking the piss out of the X-Men movie.
Oh yes, in your face. Because in the X-Men movie, they were like, would you expect me to wear yellow spandex? Now they're going backwards and say, in your face, fuck you, Fox Network. I don't care. It was so good. This cartoon's too good, bro. Oh my God. I love the relationship between Cable and Cyclops when he was like, give him hell. Like, I love this, man. I love everything about this, man. It's so good. I fucking hell, man. I'm so excited.
Insane.
I got goosebumps. I keep getting goosebumps. How could this animation give me goosebumps? But it's so impactful in for me personally as a geek,
exactly, yeah.
As a oh God, it's so fucking good. I could just geek out about it all day, man. I love it.
So interesting where they're taking this story. It has elements from different comic books in here. But some of the most iconic comic books, bro, which is absolutely amazing. And as you know, like speaking to Eric and Julia regarding what stories they pick, how they adapt it to the big screen, just amazing to see it all coming together so nicely, bro. So nicely. Like, we eating good, bro. We eating good as fans, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. There's a couple of highlights in my life right now. X-Men 97 is one of them. It's like
My only thing is, if I could just own for like a own personal what's the word, like a personal comfort thing, is if it only came out on Saturday morning, I would love to have like order some like fucking pancakes or something and just enjoy some shitty food. But you know that brings you a bit of joy. Brings on a Wednesday. I know it comes out on a Wednesday, and I love the fact that it comes out on a Wednesday. But I've come home from training, my body is busted as hell, and
Mm.
I'm on a clean diet, so all I want to do is drink some sugary drink or something like that, and eat some burgers and whatnot. So just to add to the moistness, I wish it was on a day on the weekend where I could just eat some junk food with it. I was just thinking about it yesterday because I'm so happy. The one thing that will make me even more happier is a little bit of
Some junk food.
some junk food. You know what I mean? Just to give me a bit more endorphins because I'm so happy. But bro, I can't express how happy I am. That's the one thing I look forward to every week. When it comes to Wednesday, I cannot wait. Marvel has got me straight back into the MCU universe. Best animation. I'm sorry, man. I know I would always say DC has the best animation. Marvel has stole the show again for me personally. For me personally.
No, listen, bro, 100%. The fact that we're getting season 2 and 3, I'm over the moon.
If they're as good as season 1, like you can't. Oh my god, I just can't wait. I can't wait, man.
No, exactly.
All right. Anything else to say on that? Because I feel like we could spend another hour talking about it. If we don't move on, we'll be stuck on it. Guys,
move.
check out my reaction. I've recorded my reaction. I will be put up on the socials and whatnot. So do check that out. You'll see me geeking out and stuff about it. The other thing I finished watching just to kind of skim through is Shogun. On brilliant show, amazing. It is like the Japanese version of like Game of Thrones or whatnot. For me, it did take a couple of episodes for me to get into it. Still a bit of confusion on who's who and whatnot. But once you get into it, I mean, apart from the visuals and the beautiful cultural aspect to it that they bring in and try to bring it, keep it as true to the Japanese culture and clothing and all that stuff as possible. The story is amazing. It is an amazing story. It just took me personally some time to get into it because I'm trying to understand who's who and who's what and whatnot. So check out Shogun. That was awesome. I finished watching Fallout, which was a video game adaptation that came out on Amazon Prime, which was also very good. I've never played the game, so I have no idea about what the game's about at all. But the show, and especially that last episode, puts it all together. And it is the show was brilliant. So I don't know if anyone out there who's played the game can give me any bit of background on, is it I'm hearing it's a great adaptation. So I was wondering, does the story fit and all that sort of stuff? But do check that out. That's a nice watch. I watched Boy Kills World in cinema. I wanted to watch that. Bro, that was brilliant. That was like a brilliant, like a video game. Talk about video games. That was like a video game on the big screen. It was so cool. I think what's his name, man? The main dude, what's his name
Bill
again?
Skarsgård.
Awesome. Yeah, I think they done that well. The fact that he couldn't talk, I think that it's just a great action. Like the way he was narrating, the action. You know what's amazing? I was watching it. I was like, you know what? Like considering the evolution of action, and we spoke about John Woo not too long ago. And you got Equilibrium, you got John Wick, and you got Extraction. Like you're like, how else creative can you be in the action world and whatnot? And this movie proves me right, like wrong, sorry, or whatever it is. Proves me that they can still be creative in action, and I feel like they're gonna carry on doing it. I think the creativity in this was awesome. The martial arts was awesome. It was so much fun to watch. The cast was awesome. Even the little twist that they had, like it was a simple movie, in my opinion.
Good.
Yeah, like I think they're like a simple movie to give you a montage of action, choreography and art in an action form, but just to kind of implement that story and implement that twist, you're like, oh, that's really fucking cool. Like I didn't expect that happening. Like that was fucking awesome. So, and the love between a son, a brother, brother's love and a sister's love. I was like, yeah, that's all emotional and whatnot, man. And I thought, and even a father's love, because that my brother, the Indonesian brother, I forgot his name, but his perspective on it, it's like the story kind of not confuses you, but it conflates you on who's the good guy and who's the bad guy.
Who's the good?
Really,
Yeah.
he is the good guy, but he almost turned into the bad guy because of who Skarsgård's parents were and what they were doing and whatnot. And it was like, man, this was really good, but great action, bro. I mean, some of the shit. Well, I was busting up when he got the minigun and started like that's some like video game violent shit, man. When he just kind of like done stuff like that, it was crazy. I really enjoyed. I
listen,
really made an effort to watch that.
I'm glad you did, because it's one of those movies that I know as brothers we would love and enjoy. It's like pure classic cinema that we've enjoyed from young, but with very good visuals. I love the world they built. Like, this is what movies should be: fun, right? Like, fun, crazy, creative. But that twist, bro, I think that got everybody. Because me, I looked at Ash, I was like, what the fuck? What's going on, man? I did not expect that. Because you're right. Because you're torn between two characters now. Who is the good guy and who is the bad guy? And you know what? He is the good guy, But then the kids had nothing to do with it. It is the mum's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Fully enjoyed it, bro. Great film. One to buy on Blu-ray. 4K.
I think so. It's such a fun movie. Like, we could just sit. I went cinema last week just expecting a fun movie. It was easy to sit and watch and enjoy and laugh about certain things and certain comedy aspects and with the narrating and whatnot, and just enjoy the art on TV. There was nothing to think about, really. I mean, that twist was something like you're like, oh shit, but really you just sit there and watch it and enjoy it. And I love movies like that, man. So that was absolutely brilliant.
Great film. One to catch if you guys get the chance. I feel like it didn't get promoted well enough. But
that's true. Yeah.
I thought it was a great film, bro. I think Bill Skarsgård is a very versatile, very talented actor. He did great in it. I'm looking forward to seeing his version of The Crow.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, as an actor, he smashed it.
I'm getting introduced to him now more. Like, he's in this. What did I see him in something else?
John Wick.
John Wick. Yes, yeah. I'm getting introduced to him a lot more, man. And we're gonna see him in The Crow. Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's becoming. He's on my radar. Pull it that way. I mean, should have been on my radar before, but he's definitely on my radar even more now. So great movie. So much fucking fun. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing I watched, Ashraf recommended this one. It was a Netflix documentary or show documentary called Baby Reindeer, and it's about and the main guy, I didn't even know this. The main guy in the show, the guy's name is Donnie in the show, but his real name is Richard Gad. He is about his life and about a stalker that he comes across, and ultimately, like, it's really fucked up. Actually, talks about it's basically a biopic on his life, right, in the show.
Yeah.
And he has this stalker that comes into his life, and you think that that's the bad thing. Actually, what he went through in his life was actually fucked up. Like, he literally got raped and whatnot. He got raped and got drugged up and all these other things that was happening. He's a comedian. He's someone that worked in a pub. He wanted to be a comedian. But just the shit that he went through his life, at the end, even with the stalker, he kind of wanted it. Like, the stalker was like really, and she's been committed of like being stalker like before and whatnot. But because of the shit that he's kind of gone through, he kind of encouraged it a bit. And in fact, at the end of it, I'm spoiling, I'm sorry, but he almost missed it. And he would listen back to her messages, the stalker's messages, because he got a whole bunch of messages. This woman, bro, I'm talking about 500 emails a day. Once you got his phone number, bare messages. He ended up such a bunch of messages. He was able to categorize them in different folders or whatnot. This is how much of a stalker she was. But it ended up, like I say, like, just because of the shit, I feel like because of the shit that he went through in his life, it almost encouraged him to like the attention that he was getting from this stalker, even though the stalker was crazy. It's deep, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually really good. I mean, it takes some really dark, twisted turns, which I had no idea it was going to take those turns. So Ashraf recommended. I thought it was a good watch. So Baby Reindeer on Netflix, do check it out.
I will. I'll put that on that's on our list. We do want to watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it around with the kids or anything.
No, no, no,
Um,
definitely.
okay, that was all I watched. I'm planning to go watch Planet of the Apes tomorrow because you recommended it. What was your thoughts on that? Because you watched it yesterday.
Listen, I, I had a great time, man. Even though yesterday was a very hard day, and guys, I'm slowing down on the screenings, and Ati's been covering them all, most of them. The ones I need to be at, I'll be at. But yesterday I went because I did want to see the rest of it. Luckily, thanks to the guys at Disney and 20th Century Fox for inviting us to the sneak peek and the director and the cast. We got to meet Kevin Durant there, which was absolutely amazing, and got to see the first 30 minutes, which left me thinking, this is great, and I want to see it. So I went yesterday. Bro, listen, it's a great, great uh, addition to the franchise. It's probably become my second favorite movie this year. I love the world that Wes Bell has created and continued the legacy of Caesar and the character that we fell in love with in the original trilogy. But he has a sense of respect because this movie is much more on a grand scale now. You're talking about centuries later and how the apes have developed and how the humans are involved. And it's it was really good, bro. I had a good time. It had character building, it had world building, it had a good heart to the story of it. And as human beings, and we already know, we fucked up.
Mm.
We
I,
fucked up.
I I was like I was a little bit like Ash. I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch another Planet of the Apes movie. The last ones were great. Caesar was awesome. What I loved about the last Planet of the Apes movie is I loved Caesar. I was like, this guy's a fucking G. Like he was my guy. So I
Mm.
was like, do I want to watch a movie about it? About another Planet Ape? But the fact that you're saying what you're saying, that one, it pays tribute to Caesar's legacy. It's centuries later. It's not, it's connected still. I'm like, oh man, now I've got in, and the fact that you're saying it's like your second favorite movie of the year so far, I was like, damn, okay, well, I'm interested. So tomorrow I'm gonna make an effort to go to the cinema and watch it. I wasn't planning to be honest with you, but I'm glad you gave me that thought. So
Now,
I'm
listen, check it out. Again, guys, like everybody's going to have their different takes on how they see movies. I am a guy who likes to escape reality. I don't take no drugs. I don't drink. So, if you could take me away to another world for a couple of hours, then I am fully invested. And you invest me into it, then I'm there.
awesome.
I'm there.
Anything else you've seen before we move on to news? Any other things you've seen that you wanna shout out?
Nothing this week. That was it, bro.
All right,
That was
cool.
it.
Awesome. All right. Well, guys, let's move on to the news. And first of all, I'm gonna say again, big news. There is going to be a season 3 for X-Men 97. Big news. Like so, yeah, yeah. The showrunners pull it out there. Breaking news. Fucking awesome. Give me 100 seasons. I'm watching them all. So first of all, I want to say that again. Marvel. So Bob and Feige and them have not been talking, have been strategizing with Marvel. So apparently now they're only looking to release about 2 to 3 movies and shows a year now. So I think that's a
Good,
good
good,
idea.
good, good,
I
good idea.
know I will still sit here and say I'll take 50 of them, but the fact is it didn't work, right? Where they threw out so much content in the last couple 2 years, and a lot of them were garbage and they lost so much. Let's see, there was such a the biggest hype ever. He had the biggest movie of all time, one of them anyway, the second biggest, I guess, with Endgame. So much hype, so much amazing storytelling and character building and love for these characters and everything. And I'm not saying it came crashing down, but you gave us so much garbage, which I loved watching anyway. It just was like, guys, where are we going? Are we continuously going down with a little up, and then your stock market's going down, down, down? Like, no, let's keep it up. So look, I think that's a great idea. X-Men 97, perfect. Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm hyped. I hope it's perfect, and I think it will be. I agree. Let's keep it minimal. Don't rush shit. And maybe that's what
Yeah.
it is. You've been rushing shit. That's why CGI has been looking shit. That's why stories not being as captivating, character building has not been as great. A lot of characters that's come out, I don't give a shit about. So make me love the characters again. So let's go back to that. So I agree with that. So 2 to 3, expect 2 to 3 movies and shows a year from Marvel, which is great.
100%, man. 100%. I think it's the best way moving forward. Listen, man, we love the content, yeah? We're always going to watch it. But I think we only had like a handful of things. Look, none of the movies that came out was impressive. Nothing that which will last between what they did between phase 1 and 3. You know what I mean? Like I'm still putting out.
No, go on.
I feel like I'm still pulling quotes from, 1 and 3. Like Cap. I miss Cap. I miss Iron Man. Stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
I want to watch Endgame.
They meant so much. Yeah.
I want to watch Endgame. I can't believe Endgame was 5 years ago. Can you believe that? Can you?
Insane, right?
It's crazy. So I want to watch Endgames again. I've been talking about it for ages, and I do want to watch it again. So, yeah, and I agree.
It's just amazing how quick things happen and how it's done. And yeah, no, listen, let them take their time. They don't. There's no need for a rush. You've got a fan base. They had a fan base. A lot of them are split between it now. So like, why would you ruin that?
Exactly. Hey, they made some mistakes. Like this is the part of life.
Listen,
and
man,
business
is business.
You make mistakes, you learn from them, I hope, and you're moving forward. And I feel like that's the way it's supposed to go. You're supposed to make mistakes and you're supposed to learn from them, and let's see, let's just hope that they just improve from them moving forward.
No, exactly. In the words of Javed Ahmed, shout outs to you on the podcast, bro. Even though we've got beef going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say the wrong one. I was going to say the wrong quote, but business is business, cuz.
Always going to be lived. That quote's always going to be reminiscent of Javed and that scenario, which we cannot talk about on the podcast. But all right, I've been trying to practice my brother's this brother's name, so hopefully I get it right. But Giancarlo Esposito has been casted in an upcoming Marvel movie. You know who I'm talking about, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Listen, is it official?
Yeah, I think it's official, and they're saying
that he's been casted in Marvel.
The character that they've casted him in is like one of those. It's not one. I don't think it's a mainstream character. I don't think so. I don't know. So, but yeah, I think it's been official. I've seen it everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I thought they'd give him. I genuinely thought they'd give him Professor Xavier.
And I would have been cool with that. I genuinely thought that would have been a great cast. But hey, listen, I think he's such a great actor, and if they use him for a character that's not as popular or whatnot, that's an opportunity for someone as great as him to build up someone in this universe who we might not be as familiar with. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But I'm glad he's in the MCU. Other characters, apparently MCU or Marvel want The Rock to play Apocalypse. So that's an interesting.
Sorry, please. No.
Casting choice. What's your thoughts? No?
No, man. Leave it alone. Rock. Listen, man, I love you, dude. But I don't want him to play Apocalypse. Sorry, please.
Well, we'll see what happens with that, because I got some stuff to talk about him and Black Adam in a bit. But actually, let's move on to some of the DC news. Apparently, according to The Wrap, Henry Cavill fired his manager, Danny Garcia, after the Black Adam issue, since she and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson used him as like a Trojan horse to try and take over the DC movie division. So, I think there was this whole thing with Black Adam and The Rock, and people were just throwing this out there. I don't know, but The Rock using his popularity, which he is so popular, but using his popularity, thinking that he was bigger than the DC universe, in the sense that he could bring it back. But Henry Cavill felt like he was used, because that whole Superman hype and getting him back at Black Adam, they thought they can use it and get everyone back into the DC universe. But they I feel like they didn't respect the DC universe as much as they should have. and they thought that they were bigger than it because Black Adam was, there was so much put into it. And unfortunately, I mean, I still enjoyed it, but unfortunately, it didn't do well and it didn't get the hype that they wanted to get. And Cavil felt like he was used because he went for a lot of shit, man. He came back as Superman. Immediately, they let him go. It was all fucked up for him, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, like just like
Yeah. It's lose situation, bro.
yeah, man. If they put him in a fucked up situation, man, unfortunately. So I don't know. But that's what they say. That's what apparently Cavil ended up firing his manager for that because it was just putting through bullshit. But
Yeah, that's a shame, man, because I think he's really cool, but he just hasn't had a good time in the industry, bro. I feel like I don't know if you've seen that. Like none of his movies are big, and like he was in that film recently. That's Guy Ritchie's one, which flopped as well. He was in Argyle.
Which
Like,
Guy
he's
Ritchie
not
movie? Sorry, which Guy Ritchie movie?
this new one, The Utterly Madness of Something. I haven't seen it yet. It's supposed to be a good, fun movie,
I gotta check it
but I
out.
haven't seen it yet.
Anything Guy
Yeah.
Ritchie, I'll genuinely enjoy, so I got to check out. But the fact that I don't know about it might be a reflection on its success. Not that I'm supposed to know everything, but like if I don't know about it, then maybe that's probably why maybe the world doesn't know about it. It has been promoted as well. I like
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, man. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened to him. I hope I genuinely hope he doesn't have to be attached to superhero movies, but I hope he does go
No,
into the
exactly.
MCU. But I do hope that he goes into the MCU and they give him a good character and he's able to build on that character and they really justify Cavill, like they use him good. So I hope that happens for him.
Cyclops, man. Give him Cyclops. I can see him as Cyclops. Go, give it. Or if you do and he becomes Mr. Sinister, I'm happy, man. Just give him justice, man. I think as an actor, I think he's great. He has this charisma that he puts on the screen. And, he has a presence with the way he looks as well. So give him something. Give him something strong. He deserves it. Definitely.
Definitely. Well, talk about Superman. James Gunn has shared the first look at David Quonswett's Superman from the upcoming DCU launch, showing the actor suiting up for battle that can be seen already waging on Metropolis through the window. That was a great image. That was a beautiful image. I loved it. I loved everything about it. It just looked so good. And to see Superman suiting up, because you never see Superman suiting up, there was something about that, man. Something about suiting up to save the world rather than just twisting, which is nice always as well. But it's I liked it. I don't know, and that picture, there was loads of memes going about with, we made one with Hadouken and there was one with Godzilla.
Godzilla.
You suspect it could be Brainiac. He looks good. It looks good to me. I know the internet's fucking crying as they usually do, and they're comparing it to Henry Cavill. I keep seeing the shit. Oh, I can't believe the downgrade. I'm like, what downgrade? I fucking still see red and blue. I see a Superman in front of me. What downgrade? What the hell's wrong with you people? But anyway, look good to me, bro. I look good to me. I got excited.
No, listen, it looks great, bro. Listen, remember, this is just like an image that a production set that he's just put out there. You know what I mean? But I feel like it humanizes the character as well. It gives him what's the word? That humanity. The guy just got back from a battle. He's probably changing his boots, his shoes, stepped in some poo poo or something. It's just the down to earth first image. Bring the hype. Listen, man, marketing is a great thing. Negativity, bring that hate, brothers. Bring that hate because all it does is bring more hype to it. So I think people need to remember that the way social media works is that it's a negative place. You could go on like it's positive. It's not. Because as people and human beings, and this is the proof and it shows it in there, we are split. We are torn between two. We're always on a side. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Planet of the Apes, whatever. You know what I mean? We're still bounded by these constructions of whose side are we on. At the end of the day, man, it's good and evil, man. That's all they do. All those stories show you what good and evil is. If it's going to teach you anything, is what good and evil is. So it's like, listen, man, it's a great image. I'm hyped. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what James Gunn does with this universe, bro, that he's creating. That's amazing responsibility, bro. You know, let me try and do that, bro. I wouldn't even know where to start, bros. My reading is so sporadic when it comes to comic book knowledge. Yes, I know a little bit of stuff, but the vast amount that he knows about the writers, the creators, the books himself. Look how much respect he shows to the creators of these comic books and the characters. You know what I mean? What he did with the Suicide Squad, what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. He's good at that, bro. He loves it. He's the geek, bro. Do you know how much he must be geeking out right now? I'd be the same guy, bro. So listen, bro, 100% bear hype. Great image, exciting times. David Corenswet looks good as well. On the suit, he's got the new 52 look. It looks like we've got the trunks back again. He's got a longer cape. He's you know, the chest is massive, so you know it's visible. You know, like with the Snyder one, it got a bit small, but this is like, you know, out there. It's in your face. Truth, justice, you know, all that stuff, bro. But yeah, I'm excited. Definitely.
I loved it. Yeah, I'm excited too, and I do like the fact of the humanizing of putting on his boots. It's like, you know, soldier putting on his boots to go into war. You know, I need to put my clothes on to go to fucking work or something. It's a nice thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like that. Yeah,
Exactly.
I like that perspective. I like that perspective. Hey, looking forward to that. Can't wait. 2025 cannot come any sooner. But
I know.
we have to wait and see. All right, other movie news. Just to quickly finish off before we go into retro movie reviews. Jodie Corner and Hugh Jackman are teaming up for a new dark version of Robin Hood. So Robin Hood, you know,
heard about that. Yeah,
still from
that
the
should be
poor,
interesting.
still from the rich, give to the poor. A dark version. You know, maybe he's gonna stab a couple motherfuckers, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. The Robin Hood's one of those stories where you're constantly going to make different adaptations and movies. And the Kevin Costner one was also a very epic one. You know, Dave Chappelle was in a comedy one. There's so many versions with the Disney one with the Fox and all that sort of stuff. There's so many epic versions of Robin Hood. I think it's a great story that can always be related.
That can be retold again and again.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean, in so many ways.
based on a real dude and stuff, right? So
yeah,
pretty awesome. So it's pretty awesome. Okay. The last thing is Poppa's House. Poppa's House is a new CBS show with Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. So listen, Damon Wayans, comedy genius, fucking hilarious with his stand-up comedy and his movies from back in the days, and then the show that he done, Me, Wife and Kids. I mean, coming back with a comedy show with his son. I mean, fucking comedy genius. So I think that'll be a great something. If you're a Damon Wayans fan, I mean, I'm just thinking about Major Payne and Blank Man, and just he's such a funny dude, and he had some great comedy sketches from back in the days and stand-up comedy. It's always great for him to come back on the show and give us more of that.
No, exactly, man. Great show, great guy. I love his comedy, bro. I love his guy, and I love all the stuff that he did, Major Payne, and you know, they're classic part of our childhoods that we'll always enjoy and love. You know what I mean? Enjoy and love.
Definitely. All right, well, that's all the news I had. Did you have anything else that I might miss? Anything you heard?
No, I think that's it. I think that's it.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, let's move on to the final segment of the show, retro movie reviews. And this week we're going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. I saw that you were watching it with your kids, with the girls, and I was like, let's do that for the retro reviews. 1991. We watched part 1 the other week. We done a review on that one. This is part 2, which was as awesome as the first one, in my opinion. I think the character building, the costume design, and there was a lot more expression from the characters from this movie, and the martial arts I think was evolved a lot more in this movie. And Mikey was killing me in this movie. There's so many hilarious moments that brought back memories where I remember as a kid that I would just bust up laughing. They made pizza look tastier in this movie. That beginning scene when everyone's eating pizza, I'm like, I would love a cheese pizza right now. All of that sort of stuff. Splinter was awesome. Shredder was awesome coming back. And I really, again, it wasn't a hard watch. It was so awesome. It was making me laugh. Mikey was making me laugh so much in this movie, bro. It was just stuff like where, Like just for example, when they were making the monsters that it wasn't
Yeah,
Bebop
yeah,
and
yeah.
Rocksteady,
Rocksteady and Bebop.
whatever.
Oh
Like
no,
when they,
somebody else. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it wasn't them. There were two other names. I can't remember what it was, but there was just it's so silly, but it made me laugh. Like they were smelling the serum that they're making, and everyone's like, "Huh, huh, huh." And then Mikey had a pizza. He smells it like, "Huh," and he drops the pizza in there. And I'm just busting up laughing. I just remember as a kid, I'm like laughing about that. You know, there's another scene. These scenes, I don't know why they just bring back memories where they go in. It's the final battle where where Shredder's told them to come and meet, and I think Donnie is like, it's a bit quiet here, and Mikey's like, yeah, it's a bit too quiet. And then someone goes, oh, there's Raph over there, and Donnie and Mikey's like, yeah, it's a bit too Raph. And these little lines, it really showed the characteristics of Mikey. And I don't know, that's why I was like, that's why he was probably a lot of people's favorite character, because he was just so funny. And this is
Yeah,
why
he's light-hearted, isn't it? He's not
it
so
brought me,
heavy-hearted. He's
yeah, that's why it brought me back to Ronin. And if they're gonna make this Ronin movie, and I know it's not connected to this, but I'm like, man, if Mikey's the guy who's going through this shit in Ronin, I would love to see how they change it, because he's the guy who's just so much fun, and he's a guy you copied his words and all that sort of stuff. It just got me more interested in that, man. This movie was so awesome, man. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end.
bro, it's pure cheese at its best, right? But it's rewatchable cheese where the one-liners are great. As you said, the costumes look better, and the martial arts, the tangible feeling that this movie has will always be that it feels like they're there, and it's the rewatchability of it. Because there are stuff that we get now, it's hard to watch, man. It is very hard to watch again. You watch it the first time and say that's fine, but when do you watch it again? You know what I mean? The only one that I did watch again was the Mutant Mayhem, which I absolutely love. So you've given us growth in the characters. Splinter's deep; he has his moments as well. But then you've continued a story that still made me feel like a kid, bro. Even watching it again, still made me feel like I was part of those Turtle brothers and the bond that they had, and the fun and the fun that they had together. There were some moments where they just proper lose, and it's like, how did how did this even happen? When he first gets caught, and I can't remember the kid's name, the other martial artist.
Yeah. What's his
Mm.
name? I got him here. Hold on.
Not Neo. Kino,
Kino.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ernie Reyes
I can.
Jr. Kino. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they changed April O'Neil. I completely forgot that, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. They did change April O'Neil.
Yeah, they completely changed April
Page
O'Neil.
to Turco. Um, yeah. I mean, look, when you go back and you said it straight, it is cheese. And as an adult, when you watch it now, yes, you pick up. So, like Shredder killed himself. Like when I watch it at the end, I'm like, he killed himself. I'm like, they didn't do shit to him. But he took the ooze and he ended up killing himself by just knocking everything down. I was like, this is hilarious. But as a kid, it didn't really like, I don't really care, right? I don't really care.
Yeah.
Even when Kino escapes when they capture Wrath, it's like, how the hell did you escape? Nobody tried to stop you. Like, there's so many things, of course, you could pick up. Listen, but there's so many cool things when Vanilla Ice is doing the tune, but that's fucking awesome. The tune is awesome, and when the turtle, I don't care. Listen, man, even as a grown ass man, I thought it was pretty cool when they were doing the breakdancing and beating up the foot soldiers.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fucking cool, man. So as a kid, I could just remember my memories of like, oh, that's so cool, man. They're doing breakdancing and kicking everyone's ass. They're so cool. They're so lovable. No one freaks out. The thing that makes me laugh is no one freaks out when they see the turtles, but when they see Splinter, everyone faints and freaks out. I'm like, he's a big ass turtle, but when you see the big ass rat, you want to freak out and faint and whatnot. But bro, what I loved about that movie is they did make the turtles cool and lovable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
so as a kid, like I said, I wanted to copy the words that they're doing. I wanted to copy the stuff that they're doing. I found them funny. Even Donnie, when the beginning scene when he finds that push thing, he's like, yeah. Like you're just like.
I love that. I love
I
that.
just remember
Yeah.
as a kid copying him. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I think they did. Like they reached their target audience, which were kids, and they presented these characters in a way where like, yeah, kids. Not only are kids are gonna love them, kids are gonna want to be them. Kids are gonna want to be a
Yeah.
turtle. You know what I mean?
Insanely good, bro. Insanely good. I had good fun with it. I'm gonna try and see if I can catch number 3 very soon. which a lot of people didn't enjoy or like, but I think the fantasy side of it is going to be interesting because that's the one where they travel back in time to old samurai times. And listen, man, I had a great time watching it. Even Nia was like clapping away. Alara found it very interesting, thinking she didn't watch the first one because I think the first one's a lot more darker
It
than
is,
this one. This
yes,
one was a bit
yes.
more, child friendly. I think. I think the first one is really dark, bro.
Yeah.
So this is a nice change. She enjoyed it, and she wants to learn how to kick like that. She goes, "Oh, Daddy, you kick like that." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll teach you." And Nia was just clapping away. I think she found the turtles interesting to see. But this thing is massive, man. What is this? I don't even know if this is a cartoon or real life. But she was like, "Yeah!" Like every time they were fighting, yeah. And I was like, you know what? I think she's gonna be a good fighter, man. Definitely.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, you're right. This one was definitely like the first one I mentioned that there's a lot of everything happens in the dark. Whereas this one, like they start off in April O'Neil's house, so it's bright. They, the some of the
Yeah.
scenes that they fight the foot soldiers and whatnot was in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. They took out some of the dark element and made it bright and whatnot. So I think it animated the characters. The characters were already animated, but I think they animated them a lot more in this one to give them a bit more of a lighter touch. Not that it was dark in the first one or whatnot, but there was a darker element. They were just a lot more animated in this one, which
Yeah. Definitely.
translated to the
Definitely.
cartoons. And again, it just made it was the target audience of the kids. Everyone wanted to be like turtles. I want a turtles action figure. I want to act like them. I want to be a ninja like them, and stuff like that. And they were not very good ninjas. Splinter caught them at the end. It's like, did people see you? It's like, oh, no, nobody saw. They were in a club, man. They were in a club dancing and shit. Like they were bad ninjas. They weren't good at their job. Which I think
No, they
was
weren't. They weren't.
good.
And then ended up on the front page of the newspaper.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was awesome. I genuinely enjoyed watching this, man. I think with these retro movie reviews, like if we ever pick a movie where I'm like, I couldn't watch it, then I'm like, I don't want to do it. But the fact that all the
Mm.
movies we watch so far, I can sit back and be like, oh my God. And if it brings back childhood memories, man, if it brings back those, I'm like, this is definitely like one to talk about. And I'm just happy to watch them again, man, because that's one of
Yeah,
the things we
definitely.
have, man. Memories, man.
Memories, man. Great watch. Good fun. Let's pick the next one, bro.
We'll pick the next one. Yeah, so we're gonna watch it. I love watching a fresh take on it, man. I really do.
Yeah, definitely. At this age now, anyway. Yeah,
Yeah. Cool,
definitely. It's a
man. Well,
different
look,
take.
that was anything else to say? Yeah, I mean, look, Bebop, Study. It wasn't really done with some next two things. I can't remember the names. They were whatever, but they were fun. They were good. Again, I like the costume design. It wasn't, they
Yeah,
didn't really have CGI back then, but it was just costumes, right? Which was just
which
kind
I
of
love, bro. That's why I
yeah,
love it, bro. It's because that
props.
tangible feeling that it's real, and I hope moving forward, and I think films need to bring that. I know some films do it, you know, but like you don't need to watch a big Hollywood movie. Like even with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, bro, that CGI is flawless, bro. Like you're like, how in the insane world does it look this good? Seamless. There was points I was like, I don't even know what's real or fake anymore. So that is because it's a massive budgeted film and it's given everything on this, because of the visuals. The acting and everything's going to be great, but the visuals. But then there are some films, and you're like, with some of the Marvel films, and you're like, bruv, move, man. Just give me X-Men 97 all day.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
yeah, all right, guys. Shall I sign off, bro?
That's it. All right. Well, guys, look, that was our retro movie review for this week. Guys, if you haven't seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles originals, I mean, where have you been? And do introduce them to your children because they're children friendly and they can enjoy them
Yeah.
and whatnot. And we'll pick the next one for next week. And guys, if you have any recommendations on which ones to do, like throw them out there. We'd love to check it out.
Yeah, no, definitely. Throw them out there. Throw them out there.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it, guys. I mean, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for support. Always, because of your guys' interactions and viewership and whatnot, we're able to get the opportunities that we do, which is like speaking to X-Men showrunners and writers and whatnot. Like that, that's big for us. That's huge. And that's all because of your support, guys. Of course, we're going to always try and do our thing and work hard on what we do. But, you know, the fact that we got a base of people who like our content, I mean, that is amazing. So thank you guys, as always. Appreciate it.
No, definitely, man. 100%. You guys are the ones. Guys, comment, like, share. Come on, show us some love. I know you show us love already, but show us some more love. Let's get out there. If it's not this episode, check out the one with Eric and Julia Leewald, who are the showrunners and writers for X-Men 92 all the way to 97 and special consultants on X-Men 97. It was a great episode. Check that out. Follow us on our social media journey, guys. We are on X, Instagram, TikTok, and you can listen or watch the podcast on all streaming platforms, guys. Massive thank you, as always. Guys, link is in our bios on our social media for donations to Palestinian medical aid. Please, they need a help. So please, whatever you can do, every little helps. There is a large amount of you guys that have donated a lot of money. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. That's amazing to see that. You guys are wonderful, beautiful people. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next show, guys. One love.
Peace.
Peace.